Reggae Redemption Radio family, it's your night nurse back with you for the second time this week. Yeah, a lot of vlog activity. If you don't know the face that's with you right now and with me, I'm going to let you know. He is the voice behind the voice. So this is Chuck D. This is the voice behind Reggae Redemption that's behind the night nurse's voice. Welcome to the vlog, Chuck.
Thank you very much, Kim. Thanks for having me. And hey, everybody.
And just for giggles, you got to say one of the things. People love your liners. People love your liners that play it in the show between the music. Well, I don't know. Do you know one of them by heart so people can see you say it? Because they love it. They love to hear you do those. Do you know any of them?
Um, uh, what's tall, dark, and lovely and
Like
good
what's
for you?
tall, dark, and lovely.
The night nurse.
Yes.
I'm sorry. What?
You got to do it again. Do it again. I interrupted. I'm not going to steal your thunder.
uh, what's tall,
You
dark,
know
and
what?
lovely and good for you? The night nurse on
There you
Rockwood.
go.
Yeah, I don't know much of anything myself.
It's all
It's
good, man. I'm
it's still
so
morning for
glad.
me.
It's still morning for me
Um,
as well. Except I've been up and about. Reggae Redemption gets me moving and grooving on Sunday mornings, and so I'm glad that people get to see you. Some folks for the first time, and they get to hear you talk about something outside of Reggae Redemption. First of all, I want people to know how far we go back. So we met in radio in the first place. You became my brother from another mother, probably 1996, I would say ish. So that's the 20 years of friendship and partnership and brother and sisterhood, man. So I just appreciate love everything that you ever done. You've been the hype man for me and the show forever. And so it just does my heart good to be able to do my brother a solid and turn that back around and now talk about what you are about to do. So first of all, thank you for supporting and helping grow Reggae Redemption for the past 20 years,
you're
Chuck.
welcome.
I appreciate you.
Um,
Appreciate love you.
but 96, I think that's more than 20 years.
Oh wait,
I
I'm
mean, I'm
sorry.
not good at math or anything.
30. It's 30 years. Right. 30 years. It's earlier than we both think. It is.
Yeah, I
That's
noticed.
wishful thinking. It's been 20 years. We're still youngins in the game. Let's talk about the local
You're
lounge.
right.
Let's talk about why we're here,
Okay.
your show, and your new gig.
Local Lounge is going to be on tonight, and I hope every Sunday night at 10 o'clock. And I'm just going to play some local music, some of the bands that are recording and touring and trying to make their way in the music world. And it's it's fun and it's nerve wracking because I really haven't been on the air in quite some time. I'll just like forget the math part, and it's it's a way to help grow the music community. That's really what I'm looking for out of this gig.
I think one of the best parts about you taking over the hosting of that show is you have been the unofficial mayor of downtown Wilmington, I know, for the past 35 years. And you used to be much more of a frequent flyer downtown, but people know that voice even if they don't know your face. And because you are born and raised here, I think, if I remember correctly, then most people know your voice and most folks downtown know your face. And so to have the local lounge hosted by someone who's so rooted in this community is a big deal. What are your hopes with the show as you grow it? Because I know from experience how long it takes to grow something when you first start up.
Well, the goal is to get as many bands on the air as possible, and maybe even expand it to 2 hours rather than just 1 hour, and have more coverage from more acts from uh, more the listening area because we do broadcast as far as Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay, yeah.
and
We do.
it's a pretty big signal, and it's a good station to be aligned with, and I want more bands from all up and down the coast, Jacksonville, Greenville, and just to like let everybody know what's going on. So like when you go out, you know, weekends are precious, money is precious, so
Yeah,
I'm going to give people a chance to see what they're going to, you know, which make an informed decision about their entertainment.
So not only are you going to be maybe interviewing some of these bands and helping them get to be more known in the area, you're going to play their music, you're going to hype and promote their concerts and everything. That is the backdrop of the local lounge. And the new energy that you're going to bring to it with what I call just not institutional knowledge, because, well, Wilmington is kind of its own institution, but you do have institutional knowledge of this music scene. And I'm excited for where you are going to take it. Now, does this gig put you out and about more, you think, in the community? Will you be going to some of these concerts?
I think I will go to some.
Yeah.
I can't make them all because they're going to be, first of all, going to be a lot of shows coming up in the warmer weather.
Yep. It's the season
simultaneously.
Yes.
But there's not nearly as much Chuck as there used to be. You know, if the shows start early, then I might be able to check out more. But it's like I have to save up energy to be out after 10 o'clock.
Back in the day when we kicked these things off that we're doing, we were younger. I know, like, some of these shows are starting like when I'm winding down, which is why all my concerts happen in the daytime now, man. You know, it's a real thing. It's a good thing though to see you coming back. And what I think people don't know is when we started this conversation a few minutes ago, you talked about you haven't been on the air in a long time. And people won't understand that because they hear you every week on Reggae Redemption. But what you're talking about is as a host, and you used to be a premier voice on the radio in this market, which I think you are. And I think you should never have left the airwaves. You are by far my favorite voice on the radio. And that is including me assessing my own. You know what I mean? So I like you more than I like me on the radio because you just were blessed with that voice. And I'm glad to see you coming back, brother. I really honestly am. So people won't think that you haven't been on, but it's been a while since you hosted a show.
It's been a while. First of all, you'd look kind of silly sounding like this. Yeah, I mean, you'd look kind of silly.
You mean me if I had your voice? Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't know, man. It's not working for me. But thank you.
Oh, it's true.
I was on Surf 107.
Yes.
That was like my first major gig. Classic rock station. That's really my main go-to music.
Yeah,
and
classic rock. I do know that for you.
And then moved over to Rock 104.5. Some folks may remember those stations.
Yeah.
And then my main job was like production director, which is like, you know, the person in charge of the commercials, writing the commercials, assigning the commercials, making sure the commercials are okay, and all that kind of thing. And
you've done all the jobs. You've done all the radio jobs.
I've done most of them. Sales, I'm no good at. Okay, I mean, if I had to be a salesman, I would be a lot thinner.
Well, I am, and that's not why. This thing is genetic with me, but I'm strictly talent. I don't love the business end. I am a creative soul. I think you are as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing, you know. Like, I've been a lover of music since 1965, and
that's when you're able to think for yourself, right? Ever since you could hear and think and stuff, right?
Well, just noticing music, like It was the Beatles. I Want to Hold Your Hand,
Oh,
and
wow. Okay.
I didn't know exactly what was going on, but
Yeah.
there's a certain set of chords in there that I just like knew in my soul. And then when I got old enough to like
Yeah.
understand people were playing music and it was recorded and
Yeah.
I could hear that music again,
Yeah.
it's like, wait a minute, that's the thing. That's the thing that's been a part of my being. I mean, since day two,
Yeah,
and
man.
um, and all through that time, those many years, I've listened to all different kinds of music. I like all different kinds of music, and being introduced to new kinds. And it's like Count Basie says, there's two kinds of music: good music and bad music. And
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, there are few people that can really argue with Count Basie on music.
Yeah.
So um,
They could. They would
I would
lose,
say
but they could. Yeah.
you would lose. And
Yeah.
I would only add the addendum to that statement that it's up to the individual. You know, people like different stuff, and that's what makes the beauty so real.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to bring up as well is in terms of your bands and the music. You said you're gonna play every genre. So if there are bands that want to be featured in reggae, even they can get in touch with you. And how can people get in touch with you? We need to put it in the chat, and I'll do that for you, or we can do it after. So if for anyone who's watching this, we'll have it in the chat how you can get in contact with Chuck about the bands you love or about a band that you're in. Am I correct in saying that that's an option, Chuck?
Uh, I will get notifications when people send in their stuff at modernrock987.com. And
Okay.
you can submit an MP3, and it's got to be radio friendly. You know, some of the lyrics, like
Yeah,
songs
we've got
songs you would let your grandmother listen to.
yeah
I
something
mean,
something that doesn't come with an advisory lyrically.
right. Um, and so there's a local lounge page. The when you first get to the website, the the links will cycle through visually. So you click on one that
Yes.
says local lounge, and then you get the information on how to send in your radio friendly, good recordings via MP3. That's important because my editing software won't accept anything like M4As or stuff like that. So please send in an MP3, best quality you can, and keep it clean, and I will certainly hear it.
I gotcha. I'm putting all of that into the chat right now so that anybody who knows of a band that they want to have featured on your show, that they will be able to reach you. So that is heading into the chat right now for anybody who's watching and they want to, and they want to see and they want to have their bands or hear their bands on your show. And anybody that I know that eventually you're going to do a vlog, but until you do, I'd be happy to host any of your bands, whether they're reggae or not, on the vlog, because I'm trying to grow the vlog in and of itself now that it has moved to YouTube, though we are simulcasting this to the Facebook page for Reggae Redemption, which is Night Nurse Reggae Redemption
Oh,
Radio. Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, so any time until you get your own vlog, let me know and we'll have some of your bands on. What else do you want to tell the folks before we sign off for the afternoon, Chuck, and let you go off into the wild blue yonder of the rest of your Sunday? What you got
Oh,
for the good of the day?
I would just say uh, for the musicians, keep dreaming, keep
Yeah.
hoping, keep trying, and spirit of cooperation works out a whole lot better than confrontation. Uh, we're all in this for the music. Just even if you're just listening to it, you want to hear music that makes you feel something. And if your type of music, my type of music, somebody else's type of music, you can at least appreciate the skill and the courage it takes to put yourself out there and perform and support each other, because it's good. Your competition, as it were, doing well is good for you, because I know some folks that have like made it in the big time.
Yeah.
And instead of being jealous of them, I'm like, okay, they can make it in the big time. Why not some guy like me? Because they're a regular guy, and they're touring with big bands and and
stranger things have happened.
People, and it's like your chance can come too, because it really does happen. But we have to have that spirit of unity. Try and be the best person you can. Try and be the best musician you can, and have some fun.
Yes,
it shows.
All about fun. Good deal, Chuck. Well, then I'm going to let you scurry on. I too will scurry. And I thank you for letting Reggae Redemption and the vlog be the first to kind of make it a well known to the masses that this is happening. You are the new host of Local Lounge on Coastal Carolina's Modern Rock 98.7. That first show airs tonight at 10 p.m. on our station, 98.7. And I'm going to be tuned in. I can't wait to hear how it goes. And we'll catch up real soon as you grow the show. I'm so excited for you, brother.
Thank you, Kim. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for all the help you've given me. And you're listening to the Night Nurse.
And Chuck D, man, this is family. And have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right, Chuck. Bye-bye, my friend.
Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.